Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I do unboxings, mostly lifestyle subscription boxes, but also some stationery, books, beauty, jewelry, travel, home decor, even a dash of Disney. So if you enjoy unboxings, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell so you find out whenever I post new videos, which is usually at least once a day, if not twice. As always, if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. Today I have a fantastic self-care lifestyle box to share with you that I've shared several times here on the channel, and that is Breathe, which is simply and aptly named. Each month they focus on one of 12 different kinds of self-care, so basically you will run the entire gamut throughout the year. The box is $50 per month, but if you use the code Noelle10 you can save 10%, and I have to say I've been so impressed with every curation so far. You always receive 5 to 6 products and they've been really unique and really thoughtful in terms of going with whatever kind of self-care they're focusing on that month. This box was kindly sent to me for a review and I'm very excited as always to get into it and see what we've got. So let's get started. So inside we just have a nice affirmation to read aloud. It says, "I am proud of my intellectual curiosity and my ability to seek out new perspectives and voices." I think that is a fantastic affirmation and one that we should probably all say many times over. So again, I love that, and it just really starts the experience right off the bat. And then right on top I'm seeing a couple little things. They always do this little like booklet that's got my name on it, that's usually got some coupons and information for you. So again, that code is Noelle10. As always, I will leave all that information for you in the description box below. It does tell us what the bonus item is in the September box. I think that you get bonus items after a certain number of months of being subscribed, so I'll let you know about that as we get in there. And of course they are also telling you that you can get gift cards if you want to share a Breathe curation with a friend or family member. Then they do this kind of little mini magazine, which I actually think is a really lovely touch that really adds to that idea of self-care, because some of us need that introspection, some of us need that permission to take some time to maybe read a little mini article for ourselves. And I always loved getting like glossy magazines in the mail, so the fact that this one comes with some like little gifts makes it even better. So for example, this is the intellectual self-care issue, if you didn't already guess from that affirmation. This is volume number 5 for September, so we've gotten 5 out of the 12 so far. And there's a couple things. It says 8 creative ways to enhance your intellect, 10 strategies to help you read better. It says the September box curation includes products sourced from women-owned businesses. I love that as well, and the fact that they acknowledged it. So we'll just take a quick look at the rest of the magazine, and then there is usually a page that does tell us about the individual products. So there's a nice message from the owner, Joe. It says, "Hello, dear friend. Reading is one of the most effective forms of self-care. For as long as I can remember, I've been surrounded by books, and one of my greatest treasures is my personal home library. Would you believe me if I tell you that the oldest book that has my name on it is as old as me? Yes, books can be dear friends for life. Books take us to places where we have never been, introduce us to people whom we've never met, and make us believe in stories that fill us with hope and joy. That's why in this month's Breathe curation, we are focusing on intellectual self-care to bring you self-care goodies that will help you pay attention to the joys of reading and help you get lost in the power of your imagination. And this guide includes affirmations, articles, and some tips on how to enjoy your reading. If you still have questions about this month's curation, then don't hesitate to send me an email or text me." I think that is so great that she's like that open to talking to subscribers. And then it just says a thank you for making it the best self-care box for 2021. That is so, so cool, you guys. So then this is where it tells us all about the items that are in here. So there are 5 items, and then there is that bonus item for 3-month subscribers. So there is like a perk for subscribing for a little bit longer. Then we have that 8 ways to enhance your intellect, 10 strategies to help you read better, the 2021 Reading Women Challenge. That is super cool. So it kind of gives you like a checklist, a little bit of a scavenger hunt in terms of a reading challenge. You guys know I have a long TBR pile of largely from all of the awesome book subscriptions that I get to review here on the channel. So I already have my own sort of checklist going on right now, but I would definitely love to do one of those reading challenges in the future. It says benefits of reading, why you should read every day, reading to quiet the mind, the role of quiet reading in a time of noise and chaos. Absolutely. So lately I've been trying not just to get through all of those books so that I can share all of the boxes with you here on the channel. I've been trying to make myself, I haven't decided yet if it's really that I need to make time to read for at least an hour a day or try to get in 100 pages a day. I think I might have to fast track myself and do the 100 pages pages a day, but I think that an hour is probably something that I can actually manage if I set that time aside. And for me, that seems or feels a little bit more productive than perhaps meditation. I love my books. You guys probably know already that I was an English major in college and in grad school, and it was really hard for me to tear myself away from my books, even though I know a lot of people like e-readers. I love the tactile experience of reading a book. And so even at my parents' house, I have boxes and boxes of books from college and grad school, and it is so hard for me to, I should just share them with someone else, but I have these dreams of one day having a big personal library where I can have everything sort of organized. So for now, I'm going to just continue to hoard my books and keep that dream alive. So let me know if you're someone who like has a hard time parting with your books in the comments below. All right, so our brains need taking care of just as much as anything else does. A healthy mind is the foundation for a healthy self overall. That's why intellectual self-care involves how you think and what makes you develop intellectually. And this curation is all about reading and book-related goodies for you to enjoy. Of course, like reading isn't necessarily all there is about being an intellectual or intellectual self-care, but it is certainly a good start, a very good foundation for it. I feel like I just feel a little bit more connected with the world and my emotions when I read more, and obviously like my vocabulary and my language sort of takes a step up. So let's see, we've got a little quote card on here. It says, age appears to be best in 4 things: old wood to burn, old wine to drink, old friends to trust, and old authors to read. And that is from Francis Bacon. So that is pretty cool. And it's in a circle of books. Love that. All right. So here is what our box looks like on the interior. You probably can't really see anything, but that's all right. So let me go ahead and start to get into it. I'm trying to figure out what I want to open up first. So this is a bubbling body soak from Inner Strength. So this is actually the bonus item that appeared for 3-month subscribers. It says, run the water, pick up a book, and soak in these soothing salts fragranced with lemon, tangerine, spearmint, and dried sage. Skin softening minerals and enzymes detoxify, while a sapphire quantum blend nourishes and restores hydration. The MSRP on this is $3, so that's like an appropriate price, I think, for a little bonus item that, again, only 3-month subscribers would receive. Otherwise, everyone else gets these other 5 items that we are going to cover right now. So I love that. You guys know I'm not a bath girl, but I'm trying to be better about using, especially ones that have like strong fragrances, just using them in the shower, like whether it's in a bowl or in a foot soak. But I also pass them on to all my friends who love their baths. So it looks like we got a nice book bag, a nice tote, and this is actually a pretty heavy canvas. It's not one of those just sort of like linen ones. So what does it say here? It says open books, open minds, and it's from Attic Journals, and this is like a nice wide tote. So this actually would work not just for a lot of books, because it does have this nice thick strap, which I appreciate, this sort of like webbing strap, but it has a nice broad base. So this would actually be great for grocery shopping as well. So you can kind of see that's how broad the base is. Definitely can put some of those pretty big books in there, but I like these size totes just because I feel like you can fit more in them. Like if you're going to take a little picnic and a blanket, you can put your blanket in there as well as your books, as well as your water bottle. And some of those smaller ones don't necessarily fit all of those things, and you wind up having like multiple bags with you. So that is really nice. It says it's a 100% cotton book tote. Carry all your gear while making sure folks know your priorities. This large, gusseted, and durable tote is perfect for the days you're headed to both the bookstore and the beach, for example, if not the park. 5% of each tote goes to the Children's Book Bank. That's awesome. So it has an MSRP of $19, and I do think that's a fair price, again, because of the quality and the heft of it. I've definitely seen like not as good quality book bags listed at higher prices than that. So I think that's cute and nice and simple, and it's not like necessarily super branded or super specific. I think that's something that most people can agree with. Open books, open minds. All right. Something in bubble wrap. I'm thinking it looks like some bookends here. So, because it's a very interesting shape, but it's all wrapped up. Like, might have to get my scissors in here, and it's really cute because they kind of use some washi tape, but I should probably just use my scissors to open it a little bit more neatly, but you guys know me, I like to tear into stuff. So, okay, so I've gotten that out of the way. Now we've got the tissue paper. What do we have in here? Huh. Oh, this is kind of cool. So it's just one bookend. So this is great because you could just push it up against a wall and it doesn't take up too much space. But it's these cute little birds, you guys. They're kind of whimsical because they have these big like bug eyes. And it's made out of this lovely wood. This is really pretty. It's by Global Crafts. So this is what it looks like. I think that's actually really cute. I might have to use that. My bookshelves though are like, everything's double parked right now. It's kind of bad. I need more bookshelves. I need a bigger boat. But let me see what it says. This is a hand-carved bird bookend. Say that 5 times fast. This birdie bookend is hand-carved and features a burnt wood finish. Functional but whimsical. It will look great on your bookshelf, desk, or just as a showpiece on your mantle. It has an MSRP of $18. It does have some heft to it, so I feel like you could lean some stuff up. It kind of smells, it smells like wood, but it almost smells like cedar to me. It smells good. It smells good, and it makes me want to have more bookshelves. So I thought that was really sweet. Nice little home decor piece. We have got a book hook / bookmark. So this is what that looks like. Let me see if I can get into this. So this is the Alice in Wonderland brass book hook. Sturdy brass bookmark with an Alice in Wonderland pendant is perfect for readers. Handmade in Detroit, this unique and quirky book hook is sure to be a conversation starter. That is, if you don't mind being disturbed while reading, which I do. I get so distracted so easily. I have to kind of like lock myself in my bedroom or make sure that no one else is going to be home. So mine was attached to this card, but I'm going to go ahead and pull it off of the card so that I can show it to you. So there's just a little wire that I'm going to try to pull off so that it doesn't get distracting. All right, so this is what it looks like. So it's just one of those like old etchings that would have been in an old edition of Alice in Wonderland. It's kind of interesting that they chose Alice in Wonderland, but you know, that was a good thick book. One of the first ones that I probably read when I was getting into big thick books. So very, very pretty. I'm not sure how you actually use the hook because obviously you want it to lay flat in the book, but I guess you just let this charm kind of dangle out the end. I'll have to give it a try on some of my bigger volumes, my bigger tomes. I don't know. I think I used to have a really nice like leather bound version of Alice in Wonderland, but that might be in one of the boxes that's hidden away right now. But this is actually a really pretty thing. I have so many beautiful bookmarks now, but I kind of love it. I love letting every book have its own special bookmark for when, you know, sometimes you wind up reading multiple books at once. Let me know if you're someone who has to like finish a book before you start the next one, or if you can have several of them open all at once. I used to always be someone who absolutely had to finish one book before moving on to the next, but these days I kind of have my fingers, my eyes, and maybe 2 or 3 at a time. These are inspirational magnet bookmarks. So we got even more bookmarks, that's kind of interesting to have sort of a repeat there, but that's all right. So we have a 6-pack of magnetic bookmarks. These lovely magnetic bookmarks are designed with inspirational quotes that are sure to make reading all the more encouraging. Keep for yourself or gift to a fellow book lover. So these have a value of $8. The brass book hook had a value of $12.50. These are actually very nice. I love these like neutral colors. They almost look like they're printed on linen, but I have a lot of little like page tags, but I use them as bookmarks, but I kind of love that these ones are actually meant to be bookmarks. And this seems like a really nice thing to sort of add as a gift if you are sharing your books, as I should, with my friends after maybe I read one, maybe share that book with someone else, and to include a cute little bookmark in there. So one says, write your own story. One says, do good and good will come to you. Trust the timing of your life. That is a nice reminder for any time. The best is yet to come. Let your dreams be your wings and live every day with intention. So I actually love all of those. I think those are perfect for any book, really. I feel like that's probably the moral of many books. And then finally, we of course have to have an actual book, right? So this is interesting. It's called Moms Don't Have Time To, a quarantine anthology edited by Zibby Owens. So original essays by over 60 authors from the podcast. So I guess there's a podcast called Moms Don't Have Time To, a quarantine anthology. It is a hardcover. I don't usually review, for example, mom-oriented books or mom-oriented boxes or kid-oriented or family-oriented boxes because I am not a mom. I have no plans to be a mom. So it's kind of interesting to me that they included a book that is sort of targeted towards moms. But it says, join award-winning podcaster Zibby Owens of Moms Don't Have Time to Read books on a journey filled with food, exercise, sex, books, and more. It's impossible to ignore how life has changed since COVID-19 spread across the world. People from all over quarantined and did their best to keep on going during the pandemic. Zibby Owens, host of the award-winning podcast Moms Don't Have Time to Read Books, and mother for herself, wanted to do something to help people carry on and to give them something to focus on other than the horrors of their news feeds. So she launched an online magazine called We Found Time. Authors who had been on her podcast wrote original, brilliant essays for busy readers. Zibby organized these profound pieces into themes inspired by 5 things moms don't have time to do: eat, read, work out, breathe, and have sex. Which, hey, you know, you don't have to be a mom to not have time to do those things. Now compiled as an anthology named Moms Don't Have Time To, these beautiful original essays by dozens of best-selling and acclaimed authors speak to the ever-increasing demands on our time, especially during the quarantine, in a unique and literary way. So it talks about some of the authors that are in here, including some actresses and other like recognizable names. So I'm just trying to see. So I guess we have 60 essays, and it's under those 5 different categories. Breathe is one of them. So I'm curious to know how many of these essays are written by people who aren't moms. I'm hoping that there is enough of that variety. I think this definitely seems like an appropriate choice for a self-care box. But again, for someone who is not a mom, it's not necessarily a title that I would pick up for myself, and I'm not sure how much I will actually resonate with all of the essays in there. But I also love the idea of having short essays that are very easily and quickly digested and read, so that if you are trying to work on having a little bit of reading time every day, you can just set aside that time to read a single essay, which probably wouldn't even take you that long, maybe 20 minutes. So that's a great idea for that, especially if you are trying to get into that idea of self-care. And it does sound like a lot of the essays would probably have that sort of gear to them, so that sort of idea of making time during when we feel like we have no time, or when we feel like we have an abundance of time, which was kind of the case for a lot of us with quarantine. It was just like we made time for different things, I feel like. So let me know what you thought about this intellectual self-care kind of bookish box from Breathe. We got our anthology from Moms Don't Have Time to Read, which is just called Moms Don't Have Time To, with those 5 fill in the blanks. We got our hand-carved bookend, which I think is actually my favorite item in the whole box. We got our cotton book tote, which I do think is very nice, even though I do have quite a few book totes these days. We got our Alice in Wonderland brass book hook, which is cute. I just have to figure out how to use it. I do also really love the 4-pack of magnetic bookmarks. And then of course, as a little self-care relaxation, those subscribers who have been subscribed for 3 months or who subscribed for 3 months got the Inner Strength Bubbling Body Soak. And of course, everybody gets this lovely little magazine to kind of work through. Let me know what your favorite item was. Let me know what you're reading these days, or if you're really good about making it time to read, and how you also practice intellectual self-care. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all very, very soon in my next unboxing.